welcome to my channel. Well, today we're going to take a look at the iFlight ProTek R25. Now you're probably wondering, ProTek? I've heard of that before. Well, you have, because I made a video several years ago about this. This is the ProTek 25, and at the time when I made this video, I said this was probably one of the best drones you could possibly buy on the market, because at that time people were making Cine Whoops. Cine Whoops have big shrouds around the motor so they can fly low, and you know, they're well protected. But iFlight made a version with this really weird design, so because of that, this is kind of like a Cine Whoop race drone. And it was very popular. And then they made this one here, the pusher drone. This is a ProTek 25 as well. You know, when I say ProTek 25, I think the ProTek stands for I'm protecting the propellers. I'm making that up. I don't know if that's the case. But the 25, I do know that stands for 2.5 inches, which all these props are 2.5 inches. So they made the pusher, and that was pretty popular. And now they've come out with this one. This is called the R25, ProTek R25, and I think the R stands for round, because in the past they never really went fully round with the prop guards, and they're very flexible. They call this the light version. So I'm not sure if light means light as in less features. I'm going to say it's probably the opposite, because I checked the specs on this and they are out of this world. Really good specs on this baby. I have the HD version with ELRS communication system, and I'll stand over here. I'm going to put all the specs right here because I'm not going to bore you running through repeating all these things many times over. So there you go, you can see the specs. I will say I flew this indoors and it is crazy fast for indoors. I flew it in angle mode too. They've got a stability system built out of the box so that a beginner, they've made this for beginners, which is pretty cool, can just set it up, you know, plug it in, not even do any configuration really, and go fly it, and it flies perfectly. Matter of fact, they have kits. I think you can buy this, and you can buy this, and you can buy the goggles. Like here, let me show you the goggles right here. These are digital goggles. So mine's the most expensive version, and even for that price, it's not super expensive. So when I say digital, it means the camera up front is sending out a digital signal to the little antenna back here, which means you need digital goggles to decode it. If you want to spend less money, you get the analog version, and links to that will be below as well. And this cable's going to wonk me in the head. Also, I did mention that this is the ELRS version. ELRS is a popular thing in the year 2021. It's even more popular in 2022. What ELRS means, it's a tiny little receiver in the back. I don't know if I'm showing a picture of it right here. But anyways, that receiver can send out a signal like up to 20 miles or more. It's really insane. I don't know. And it's very cost effective and not very expensive. So iFlight sells their own ELRS remote. So if you buy this and you buy this, they bind together and you don't have any hassle. And this is their latest version because it's going to talk. Cool. So you could have all your settings here, like arm. There you go. Hopefully my mic's picking it up because there's buses all over the place. I'm at a bus station pretty much. If you're wearing goggles, it's perfect to hear it because you can't take your goggles off and look while you're flying. Not with FPV drones. You got to keep those fingers on the sticks. Now, I don't know if you can see it in the trees over there from this GoPro, but it's unfortunately pretty windy today. But when it comes to FPV drones, if you've been flying FPV drones all your life, you know that wind really doesn't matter because FPV drones can cut through anything. You could fly them in a hurricane if you wanted to. We don't worry about wind in the FPV community. However, when I want to show you something with it hovering and staying still when I'm not wearing goggles, wind can sometimes be a little bit of a hazard. So I'm going to go fly it over there, put a hat cam on, a GoPro cam, and fly it around because I want to show you that it's also very, very silent. Now, one of the cool things with this baby is they say if you put an 850 milliamp hour LiPo battery on it, 4S, it's a 4S system. If you put that battery on, you'll get 10 minutes of flight time, and it stays under 250 grams, so that's pretty sweet. I know from flying it in the house, it's super powerful, so flying it out here, it should be a blast to fly. And I just have to reiterate one more time, this is a Cine Whoop / race drone combined into one. So that's what you get. So if you're into that sort of hobby, this is it. Also up front, there is a little HD camera, so everything comes back digital and I can record that. But I'm also going to put a little Insta360 Go camera. That's why I have the little green thing. It doesn't come with it up front here, so I can stick my camera in there and get you some film footage. All right, let's go. All right, first things first, we're going to power on this controller here. Just press this button in. This is called the iFlight Commando controller. Next, we just plug this baby in and plop it down on the ground like that. With our little controller here, these two will talk to each other. Just by flicking this switch, the beeping will stop. That's the finder beeper. There we go. So now let's hit this button and arm it. Here, I'll look down at it. There we go. And let's go on up. In the wind. See, it is so powerful. Like I'm just barely touching the throttle, but it's also very, very stable. It's right here. You can see it. Now I do have a DJI Mini 3 Pro orbiting me at the moment, so you'll get some video from that. This thing is so powerful. Like when I fly this thing is going to be insanely fast for a Cine Whoop. That I've never seen anything like this before. So anybody who buys this, you are going to have your hands full of joy because it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, this is the wind knocking it around, but that's okay. Here, let me just bring it over here. I'm doing very little on the joysticks because it's in stability mode. It's made for beginners. Like if I just want to let it hover like this and bring it back and bring it over to me, it's kind of like flying a helicopter actually. It reminds me of the same thing. Bring it over here. Anyways, let's put it down and let's go fly this. Enough of me talking. And hit the arm switch on here. Bring it down and boink. If ever you're about to get into trouble, hit that arm switch right here. In and out. It's a latch system. All right, for this first flight, I am going to put the Insta360 Go camera on the front, and I'm going to use a 700 milliamp hour LiPo battery 4S. I'm going to guess with something like that, I'm going to get, I don't know, 6 minutes flight time, 7 minutes flight time. So let's go. There's a football field behind me and some little area here where people wait for buses. I'll stay away from that, but the football area I will go to. Okay, this is acro mode, and this is a Cine Whoop. Where's the camera? Someplace over here. This is a Cine Whoop, but it's going to be like, go like stink. Here we go. There we go. Going up. See what I mean? This is a race freestyle drone. It's not really what I would call a Cine Whoop as per se. This is acro mode I'm flying in. I'm just going around the football field just to test it out. This is a maiden. On my screen it tells me everything is A-OK. All right, speed it up a little bit. Come back this way. Let's try flip. Whoa, those flips are too fast for me. Holy cow. Let's try that again. Let's try slower. Wow, that's better. A little too fast there. So you have a choice when you're flying this. You could fly it like a race drone, or you could fly it like a Cine Whoop. So I'm coming down low like a Cine Whoop would. You would fly along the ground. I do have the wind pushing me on an angle, so it might look a little lopsided some places. But yeah, so you can come low and explore stuff. I'm not super low, but I'm low enough. Quick test of penetration power. You see down there, that's my Jeep over there. And if I go this way, well, I'm away from my Jeep, right? But look at this. You would not normally do this with too many FPV drones because this will cause signal degradation and loss. So if I come down, I'm going to go and put that huge stands as well as the announcer's booth in between the, between the Jeep and I. So here we go. Let's bring it down nice and low and come along here. Getting closer. So the closer I get to these stands, I should have image breakup. I should have everything breaking up, but I have no breakup whatsoever. Everything is super smooth and I have full control over the drone. There was an fence there. I could go underneath that, but there's a fence, so I can't go underneath. So here, let's go this way. It's not really affected by the wind too much unless you hover. What was that? Was that a rabbit? Did I see a rabbit over there? The image on here is crystal clear, so I can see something right behind this tree. What is that? It's a bird! And here I thought it was a rabbit. Oh, sorry, bird. All right, so maybe the screen is crystal clear, but my eyes are lacking the ability to tell the difference between a birdie and a rabbit. So I'm cutting in and out of this video. I've been flying now for about 5 minutes, just going around exploring the area, different things. So now I'm in stability mode. This is what you would get if you were a beginner, and you should be able to like hover it really still. Right now it's just blowing with the wind, but there we go. The wind's taking me as I hover here. But yeah, so even stability mode on this, I don't fly in stability mode on drones because it stops my banking side to side, but I could see people really enjoying this. All right, let's go back into acro. Acro mode on. There we go. Now I can bank all over the place like this and fly super fast. That's why people like acro. All right, we're coming up to 7 minutes. Oh, look at that. 7 minutes exactly. It ran out of power. It just ran out of power right there at 7 minutes. I'll just disarm it and pick it up before the bus runs it over. Oh, just in time, just in time. There comes a bus. Good thing he said, well, I'm getting this and we're getting out of your way. That could have been a squishy review. Could have called this the Squishy ProTek review. All right, the battery's a little hot because I went right to the end. I'm probably at the lowest amount of voltage. Let me check it. All right, can you see that? See down here where you see the 01? That's the percentage remaining, and that's of course the volts, 11.09 out of this 4S battery. I drained it right to the very end in that flight. So that's not advisable. If you want to get 7 minutes, don't do like I did. I think this battery would give you probably more like 5 minutes normal, but I pushed it right to the end and I got about 7 minutes. Now I do have much larger batteries like this, an 1100. They recommend more or less an 850. So this is more than they recommend. It's a lot of weight. And if you use this with a camera, I don't know what your flight times will be. I don't know if I'd get 10 minutes, but I'm going to be flying around here taking some more video, and I'll let you know at the end of the video what my experience has been trying different batteries. So behind me, that is Steve, and he is going to give this a try. He flies FPV drones, helicopters, airplanes, RC cars, just like I do. So we're going to get a second opinion, and I'm going to let him try the 700, but I'm going to keep track of the time so he doesn't run out at 7 minutes. I'll make him land it at about 5 minutes. The wind is picking up. Steve is going to take it away, so I'm going to stand out of the way and just stand back here. Hit the arm switch, and you're all set. You should be in acro mode.
Here we go.
There he goes.
You have lenses in your
goggles? Oh, sorry, Steve. I have lenses in my goggles. Yeah, that's hilarious. I forgot to tell you that. So yeah, unfortunately, you're now looking through how I see with my eyeglass prescription. Sorry about that.
Very maneuverable, very gentle if you want it to be. Like good sitting whooping here. It's good.
There we go. There it is out there. Looking by. And it's in the sun. If you should happen to drop it in the weeds, I have a beeper on it. We can find it.
Yeah, no.
Here it comes, here it comes. Will he get it on the pad? Down! Ho ho! You got it. Yeah. So what Steve is talking about, I don't know if you could hear him there, is this camera angle right here is, it's too low. In order to fly in the wind, you want the drone to be more like this and race forward.
And then the camera being flat.
Yes. Okay, so there we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so there we go. That's what we got it at. So I'm gonna
It just makes it weird for takeoff, but that's okay. We can manage.
Oh yeah. Have fun landing.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And I've changed his battery. He's got a 900 milliamp hour LiPo battery on there. Okay, take it away. I'd say you'd get about 10 minutes flight time, Steve, with that battery.
Right. It's fast, got power, lots of power. No issues.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of power. I noticed every time I flew it, it was like I was flying a race drone.
Yeah, it is, If you want to fly fast, it'll certainly do it. The fact that you have little motor protectors or prop protectors.
Yeah, you can hit. That's right, you can hit the leaves and you'll be okay. And if it gets stuck in a tree too high, hopefully you brought an axe. It's in your trunk.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Does acro very well too.
Oh yeah, it's very fast. Here, come full speed over us.
All right.
If you can. Just aim right at us, whatever height, and go full speed. All right, here we go. I see it coming, I see it coming. There we go. There we go. It's almost tilted 90 degrees.
That's what I was saying, sir.
That is craziness. It's going to be hard now. Your camera's pointed upwards.
Let's see.
Here, let me grab it out of the air. You ready? When I say hit the arm, hit the arm. Okay. I was going to grab the battery. Battery's not warm. It's all good. All right, before I give you my final thoughts and Steve's final thoughts, let me show you what comes in the box. Check this out. And this is the box the ProTek 25 comes in. These are the specifications of the ProTek 25 I used in this review. You'll notice that the drone is made out of plastic, carbon fiber, and metal. There are all these little tags on it. Those are designed for beginners to help you out when you're getting started in the FPV hobby. On the bottom, you'll find the USB connector just in case you want to set this drone up in beta flight. I have the digital version, so I have a Polar Nano camera. You'll see here the ELRS receiver. If you want to buy additional 4S batteries, just make sure they have an XT30 connector. The prop guards are very bendable. Accessories consist of a spare bag of props, some spare screws, a nut and bolt for mounting an external camera, a battery strap, and an ELRS guide on how to bind the receiver to a controller, a prop direction card, and finally some documents and stickers. Total takeoff weight of the drone without a battery is 152 grams. Let's add a 700 milliamp hour LiPo battery and we're up to 238 grams. If you don't already own a radio, well then you can buy the Commando 8 radio. It's for ELRS drones, so any FPV drone that's ELRS, you can use this radio with it. All right, so my final thoughts and Steve's final thoughts are coming up now. So my final thoughts are that I flew the original ProTek 25 and I thought it was phenomenal. If you wanted to put a full-size GoPro on something of that size, the ProTek 25, you should buy the ProTek 35. However, when it comes down to this little new model with this little Insta360 Go, I didn't even notice the camera on it. And Steve, did you notice the camera?
No, you don't feel the weight at all. No, it's beautiful.
And even the different batteries I stuck on, the lowest one I had was a 700 and I went up to 1100. I couldn't even tell the difference in the battery weight, just get more flight time, so it was pretty decent with that. I'll let you hold that again.
Yep.
So I have no complaints about it. I don't really have anything negative to say because it flies so beautifully and it's another winner for me. What about you, Steve?
I love it. Yeah, I really like that type of quad with the protection if you need it, but yeah, it flies. Cine whooping is great, racing is great, lots of power, lots of control. Love it.
Yeah, so an all-around great drone. If you're a beginner, iFlight makes these for beginners, and they also sell you this if you want, so you just bind it out of the box and you have stability mode right away. They also sell you the goggles if you want to buy them digital. We were flying with digital. It does come in analog, so your choice. Of course, analog costs half the price of digital nowadays, but that's about it. And for receivers, it's ELRS. That's ELRS, so you can fly for miles away and still get a signal back to your drone. You didn't have any problems?
Oh no issues, no issue. Lots of range.
Yeah, lots
of control.
Yeah, everything good. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Steve, thumb. There we go.
There you go. 2 thumbs.
And if you have any questions on this drone, just post them below and I'll get back to you. And we'll catch you in another video with many more drone reviews from Steve and Steve. All right, guys, catch you in the next one. Bye.